Welcome to You Be the Judge, where the content I share will be used against those who are out of pocket. This show is fair use. Stay tuned and get some game.
Iceberg Green in the building. What's up with it, y'all? We gonna talk about the Raiders today. I'm sure you see the thumbnail, the Raider way. When I look at my team, when I think about the Raiders as a franchise, we've always been like the black sheep of the NFL. When I think of the Las Vegas Raiders, aka Oakland Raiders, aka Los Angeles Raiders, I think way back when I was young, Art Shell was one of the first black coaches, and Al Davis, rest in peace to his soul, that he hired in the NFL. He was one of the first ones to get hired. And if you think about it, like we was one of the teams, the first teams to draft a black quarterback. I think 1968. Let me find his name real quick for y'all. Let me find this brother's name real quick. Hold on. Okay, Eldridge Dickey, 1968. So we was the first franchise to draft a black quarterback, and you got to think about it. Fast forward today. So we got rid of Josh McDaniels. Uh, what they got rid of. I'm saying it like I'm part of it. Like I play on it. I feel like it. But anyway, so they get rid of Josh McDaniels, which he's from New England, and they got that Patriot way. Never liked it. Patriot. That sound like some white supremacist shit. But anyway, we fired him. We get us a black coach, Antonio Pierce, out of Compton, old linebacker. For the Giants. He won a bowl. He won a chip. So he got his accolades. Then we go get Champ Kelly, general manager, black brother. He got a history of the NFL, coaching with people and being around the league. Then we get the sister Sandra Douglass Morgan, team president. Black sister. And we was one of the first franchises to even hire a woman in a position of power like that in the NFL. That's what I'm saying. So the Raiders have always been like the black sheep of the NFL. That's why they didn't like Al Davis. They never did. The NFL they cannot stand. Rest in peace to his soul. And I'm sure they don't like his son either. And and you gotta look at it. History will repeat itself. And he had this son. He was trying to take on the role as a leader, as a team owner, and he realized, I think what happened, he probably had a dream. His daddy probably came to him in a dream and said, "What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Do you see what I went through and I had to do? You supposed to defy odds and go black. You feel me? Hire black people. That's what's gonna get you there." And he did it. He had an epiphany, and look where we are now. The franchise, like I said, and I'm not doing this to just brag and boast. I'm doing this because it's serious. A lot of times in the NFL, black people don't get put in a position of power. They don't, whether it be coach, whether it be quarterback, because quarterback in the NFL is one of the excuse me, the quarterback position is the most important position in football. So, with that being said, they consider that to be more of a mental position where you got to think fast, you got to move fast, and they say that black people, black quarterbacks are a step slower than quote unquote white quarterbacks when it comes to that processing thoughts, this play to that play, and that's what they say. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of black quarterbacks in the NFL, y'all. If you didn't know that, so that's really the theory with that, and what they'll say too is as far as coaches decision making, things of this nature. They'll say the white man, like they always try to do, are the best leaders. And what's happening here, they're starting to see in NFL and all sports that black leadership is the reason why we're in this position now. The players that took their time to go out and lead and become what they are. So why not put more black people in front of those people so they can absorb that energy all over again? Because you got to think, when it comes to NFL, these coaches, man, a lot of these owners, team owners, they treat it like a plantation. You work for me, you my boy, you gonna do what I tell you to do. I'm gonna pay you these millions. And excuse me, I hear a lot of people talk about how the players make a lot of money and all this stuff. To me, hey, you got to think about slavery, man. People was still getting crumbs, man. And the owners and the plantation was getting all the bread. And just because you see people making millions of dollars and stuff, them owners and them teams, they making trillions, billions and trillions of dollars. So it's the same thing, man. But when you switch the narrative and you change that narrative, say, hey, you know what, let's go focus on us building our power, getting these organizations and letting these people know, hey, we deserve this. This is what you bank the NFL on, black people. So for us to not be in positions of power, whether it be ownership, whether it be coach, whether it be quarterback, I don't get that. And I'm not going to stand by all these teams that don't want to hire black people. That's why I love my franchise. I love the Raiders organization because they step out there and they going to hire some black people. If you think about the Raiders, you're gonna always, I hate the Raiders. A lot of people don't even like the Raiders just because of the colors or whatever. A lot of people don't like them because they know we're one of them teams. The white supremacists, I guarantee they do not like the Raiders organization. unless they getting some bread off of them. But you know how that go. But anyway, that's why I call this the Raider way, because we've always done that. This is not the first time when we just start entertaining black people in positions of power in our organization. In that organization, excuse me, y'all. I be tripping, man. I really love this, man. But I sat on this story because I wanted to play out. I wanted people to understand the power that black people could have when we're put in the position. We have the most power when we're in that position. When we're fighting to get to that position, they try to knock us down and take our power. But once we're there, you see the results. And one thing I noticed too about sports, when it comes to the black coaches, and like let's say the NBA for instance, the opportunities they get, they send them to a team that's, they rebuild them. And what they do, what I'm noticing, they do it with these black coaches. They'll get them in there, make them deal with the hard times, the struggle. They'll have them build up a nice little team, and then they fire them. Hey, quote unquote, hey, Mark Jackson, shout out to you, man. You need to still be coaching. But it's stuff like that that throw me off about the NBA, the NFL, and when it comes to black coaches. And hey, think about the ownership. Jordan just got rid of his stake in the Charlotte Hornets. So it's not too much black ownership at all in the NBA no more now. They got the one guy out of Jacksonville. He's supposed to be, but he's a foreigner. He's not black American. I'm talking about for the people who dominate the sports, for us to not have major ownership and stake in these franchises is baffling to me, man. And I'm not with that, and I'm praying and I'm hoping that this changes the narrative in sports, because the Raiders, man, they've always done this. And if you know about sports, you know about the Raiders. We've always defied odds or shell. Shout out to you, brother. You coached us, man, real right. You know, John Madden, rest in peace to his soul. He was into hiring black folks. Hey, like I said, man, the Raider way is a way to go when it comes to sports and NFL, man. So a lot of these organizations, I hope they take heed to what the Raiders are doing, because it's real right now. And the players out there, I mean, you see how they rallying around. If you know anything about football, you watch the Raiders and how they playing for that black coach, that black defensive coordinator, that black team president, okay, that black general manager. Look how they playing for him, and you'll know what the Raider way is. You feel me? So I'm gonna just end on this note. I hope that Antonio Pierce keeps his job. Because he's an interim coach. So he's playing. He's coaching for his job next year. I hope he gets it. Champ Kelly, hope you become the general manager. Sandra Douglass Morgan, I hope you stay the team president, sister. And Patrick Graham, I hope you stay as defensive coordinator, because all black, man, is looking good, man. You feel me? It's looking real good in this organization, and a lot of organizations need to follow suit. A lot of these franchises need to get on board with this blackness and let us buy. You know what I think a lot of the players, you know what I think they should do when they sign these contracts? I really think these players should say, hey, I want to buy a stake in this franchise. If you want me to be the franchise quarterback or the franchise wide receiver, franchise running back, offensive tackle, defensive cornerback, let me buy some franchise stake in this team. And that's what I think these players need to start doing, and it'll change the power, because you got to think, man, that'll allow people and their families to be part of the organization that look like us. So I mean, that's what I say. To the players out there, man, if y'all can make it happen, go to these NFL teams and say, hey, if you want me to sign this big lucrative contract and bring you lucrative money, I want a stake in this franchise. Because you calling me the franchise this and that, I want some money in this franchise. So that's what I think these players need to start doing. I'm Iceberg Green. Check out my narrative. Stay with the Raider way or no way. You feel me? Raider Nation, man. I'm out.
One of the ones.